Alrighty, here we are in the wide gray yonder. I have gotten this thing touched up probably about as good as it's going to get. And I have already sprayed my first mist coat of satin on the back of it. I want to make sure I go light because if you recall, I've got a different type of paint on the neck than I do on the body. And so I want to go really light to start with on this thing to make sure everything sticks where it's supposed to stick. Also, my masking tape, I want to make sure I keep an eye on that it doesn't pop up anywhere. Now I do have this thing sitting up on a step stool, so it's not on the ground. And I had it's actually my dad saw a picture of one of the guitars that I was painting, but it was kind of from this angle, and he didn't see the step stool and thought I had it laying on the ground trying to paint it. I'm like, no, you taught me better than that. So I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes between coats before I start hitting it heavy. But it's already looking pretty good. All right, there's my first heavier coat on. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm gonna be happy with that, I believe. Yeah, in case you're wondering about kicking up a bunch of dust and stuff from the ground, it's been raining and snowing here for like the last week. It's been warm enough for most of the snow to melt. We still got a little bit of stuff over here, but the ground's pretty soggy, so I don't have to worry about kicking a whole lot of dust and stuff up. Had one other one, like the wind would kick up some little tiny pieces of leaves once in a while, and I'd have to like watch it real close. But I will keep you updated. Well, yes indeedy, here we are, day number 2 of clear coating. I have not started the front yet. Now they're checking out, look at that. That's a nice gold. I'm glad I found that. Make sure I get my stuff shaken up real good. Alright, there it is with the first mist coat on. Now, like I said before, I'm going to do this whole thing in satin. Just so I'm not mixing finishes. And that way I can get all around the bottom of my neck. Oh, excuse me. And then once I get enough coats on this thing, then I will be polishing the crap out of it to get the face of it gloss. But basically, I'm trying to get enough clear coat on this thing to bury that binding, to make sure it sticks and stays under the clear coat. I don't want there any chance of that crap peeling off at any point in the near future, or at any point in the far future for that matter. So I'm going to be tending to this thing for probably about the next half hour or so, adding coats every few minutes. And I shall return. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm sitting in the car in between putting clear coats on. I think I'm on my 3rd one now, I believe. I did 2 light coats and a heavier one. I'll probably hit it a couple more times, but I figured I'd just take this opportunity to thank everybody who has been supportive and curious about this project and has been watching the videos and commenting their excitement on it. I've really enjoyed doing it so far. I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start polishing the front of the thing once it's all dry and everything, and I'll be starting to put it back together. I do have pickups on order now, finally. I ordered them from Ryan Adam, RA Guitars, out of Maryland, I believe. And getting a set of vintage PAF spec hand wound with brushed nickel covers. I think he's doing them for about $75 a piece. I put the deposit on them, so kind of excited to get those. It's actually going to be the single most expensive thing about this guitar. I'm probably going to do a rundown later on how much it has cost me to put this thing together, in case anybody's curious. I know the guitar with shipping and everything cost me $125, and the fact that I'm putting $150 worth of pickups in it, plus the bridge and everything else I've done to it, you know, it's probably going to be one of the most expensive Geos ever. But that's okay. I'm not doing it because it's cost effective. I'm doing it because I wanted to, which is one of the things I love about modding guitars. You can pretty much, you know, as long as you've got the money to do what you want to do, and I have been blessed enough to be able to have enough to work on this project. I gotta watch the cats out here. It's Smudge. Make sure they don't try to climb on the guitar. It's sitting on a step stool out there, and there's the black one. I've got about 6 cats running around out here. They're all really friendly, but they're also curious. So I just want to make sure they're not going to try to climb on this thing. I got mine inside to try to climb on it while it's sitting on the desk. So anyway, I just wanted to say thanks again for everybody who's been following the project, and let's finish this thing out. All right, I think I've done about all the clear coating I'm going to do. I've got her in the oven now, so I'm going to shut it up in here for the rest of the day, and I'm going to bed. Good night. All right, welcome back. It is now the next day. I've already started polishing a little bit. Got my headstock pretty well polished up. That looks pretty nice. Still got a little bit of the orange peel there, but to be honest, I'm not really too worried about it, just because I'm kind of tired of putting coats on this thing. And I started working up here on this corner. Like I said, I did satin on the entire thing. And the reason I'm not at my desk right now is because I'm got Superman 2 on. I'm watching that while I'm sanding, and I'm kind of polishing a little area at a time is what I'm going to do. And I try to be real careful not to go through any of the clear coat. Once I'm done with all that, I'm going to start peeling the tape off of this. That part I am going to set a camera. I'm going to set the camera down, and I am going to film that process while I'm doing it, so you guys will get to see this thing uncovered when I do. I'm really kind of chomping at the bit to get this tape off of there, but I'm going to wait. So next time I turn this thing back on, I will be showing you my polish job, and then I will be peeling the tape off of the fretboard and checking out my frets. Alright, y'all. I've been working on getting this thing cut down and smoothed out. It's pretty smooth now. I like that. I had a little bit of issue with the binding trying to separate right here in these corners, but everything else is pretty good on it. I actually pulled it away and shot some super glue down in there, and then pushed it back into place and held on to it until it stopped moving around. So that's pretty good. I could just go over the whole thing with another coat to seal these edges, but the rest of it's pretty good. I've already started polishing the headstock. That's pretty good change from the satin. So just to show, satin can be polished. What I'm going to do though in this little section is the part I'm sure we've all been waiting for. Well, at least I've been waiting for it. I am going to start peeling the tape off of this fretboard. Then we should be able to see those nice inlays with the gold top, and this thing should really start taking off. So I'm going to get this thing set up, and I'll be right back. All right. Let me get my X-Acto just to start a corner here. Actually, I can go ahead and lift this. I'm gonna let the camera run for this part because this whole process I don't have a whole lot of footage because I've pretty much been telling you what I'm going to do and then just drop the camera and come back. This time I'm actually going to leave the camera running while I uncover this, so you can actually see something happen. This tape's been on here for probably about a month now, but hopefully that won't hopefully it won't be too much residue and crap hanging on. I kind of wish I had done video of the SG double neck I built, because I originally put the tape on that thing pretty soon after I got the kit, and I got the necks glued on, and I got them taped up, and I put the sealer on it and all that stuff, and then it set for about 4.5 years. So when I went to pull the tape off there, it was like brittle and coming off like in little pieces and flakes, and the sealer that was on it just kind of went all over the place. Ooh. You look at that. There's wood. Seen this wood for the first time in a month. Here, I'm gonna move this over so you can watch. Now, there's probably going to be some touching up that needs to happen because some of that paint got underneath the edges. That's just kind of the nature of spray paint. That's going to go pretty much anywhere. I will definitely have to oil this thing up and clean it again. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Another added unintended consequence of this, it's been on there long enough, it's picking up a lot of the junk that's got stuck down in the grains. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see some of the... Let's see if I can find a good one. Right there's a good one. See all the black stuff on there? That's all stuff that got pulled up out of the grain of the wood. It's the stuff that doesn't come out when you just do a regular cleaning. Alright, go ahead and start this end. I may already have another bodywork project lined up. I had a fellow who's seen some of my work, and he's hit me up to possibly do a John Petrucci, Ibanez, Picasso style paint job, which I've never done anything like that before, but I'm pretty sure I could pull it off. Get a lot of measuring and that kind of stuff. I'll tilt this in a little bit. And I tried to get this tape down around the frets as hard as I could get it. And for the most part it worked. And there's going to be a little bit of cleaning up right around the very edges, but I'm pretty happy with the seemingly relatively small amount of work I should have to do to it. I should probably knock on some wood sands, shit like that, because so far easy has not exactly been the theme of this project. Oh yeah, it seems simple enough. Nah, it's not. I see other stuff kind of after the fact that I could have done a lot differently. Some of the stuff I've had to do the hard way simply because I don't have the kind of tools that I would need to do it more simply. Which ironically enough would have made it more difficult because I don't have room for it. So Alright, there it is, guys. I still gotta clean it up, like I said, but get you a full picture of this thing so far. Man, this thing's looking so good. Finally. So I probably won't take you through the process of cleaning up this thing and all that. But I will continue to polish this body until I get it nice and shiny. And then I will start putting things together. One thing I did have to order another switch tip because the one that I ordered does not fit my switch. And all I have are black tips. So I ordered another switch tip that should fit the switch I have. Also the knobs. I had to order new knobs because the ones that I ordered, there's this little thing that I didn't know about, or that I'd never actually encountered, and that is splines. Okay, I probably haven't showed you this. I should probably show you this. This is my harness that I made up. I went to found the exact measurements for the Les Paul controls. Yeah, I did show you this. This is when I made my controls. But I got 500K CTS pots, long shaft. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the knobs. Okay. I didn't realize this, but the shafts actually come in 3 different types. And it has to do with, damn it, these little ridges on here, or splines. These knobs are a coarse spline, which means it's got, I forget how many ridges on it. And the knobs that I got are fine spline, which means that they do not have the same pattern. Let me show you that. And so they will not fit on my knobs or my pots without reaming them out. Well, they won't fit very far, I should say, or very well, without forcing them on. So I have ordered a set of knobs that will fit my pots, and I still have to order a nut yet. Of course, I could just paint the one that came on the guitar, and it would save me a couple dollars. And I know the nut's good. So that will be the next part once I've finished. Once I finish getting this polished up and the fretboard cleaned up. I also do have a fret crowning file on the way. A few of these kind of got a little bit of damage to them when I was doing other things. But overall, they're in very good shape. So I'll just recrown a few of these, and then I'll have that file for the next time I need to do a leveling job. So cleaning up and polishing will be the next step, and then I'll start putting things together. Hello again. I spent the last little bit with my 5000 grit sanding pad, hitting the front of this thing, getting it pretty flat. I've gotten about as flat as I'm going to get it, simply because it's good enough. I don't want to get too close to the edges because the binding is already starting to kind of look a little dirty-ish in areas, so I don't want to overdo it there. So what I'm going to go ahead and start doing, I was actually going to try to find a buffing pad to put on my drill yesterday, and that did not happen. So I'm going to be using the good old-fashioned elbow grease method. I'm not going to film this entire process, I don't think. I'm just going to start it and let you see. Sorry about that, got cut off there. Kind of let you see. I'm going to do I'm going to do this area right here, so you can kind of see how it's shiny but it's still dull. So I'm going to do that little area. Now, one thing I did learn through experience and through watching other people on YouTube videos and whatnot, do one little area at a time. Oh, cool, looks like a skull. Couldn't have planned that. Maybe that's a bad sign. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. Put a little bit on there. Do one section at a time. Instead of trying to cover the entire thing. So I'm going to start right here at this pickup. I should have at least picked up some hand buffing pads instead of trying to use a t-shirt. Scrape there. I am eventually going to get myself an actual buffer. Like I said, if I get this commission project for the Ibanez Picasso thing, I'm going to use a better clear coat. I'll go for a 2K catalyzed, and I'm going to polish the crap out of it. I want to make sure this is worth the money he's going to pay me to do it. Most guys, when I refinish a guitar for them, they pay me with another guitar that needs to be redone. One of them actually rebuilt and gave to my dad. It was an old Japanese Orlando brand Les Paul copy, and when it came to me, it had residue from contact paper on the front of it. It had no pickups. Hardware was old and crusty. I pretty much ended up replacing everything. Look at that. Squeaky clean. You see a big difference there. Look at that. You could shave in that. Comparatively. See where I didn't buff it, where I did? Yeah, it's nice, shiny. So I'm going to stop the video right there, and I'm going to finish up the front of this thing, and then I will be back. And there you go. Look how shiny that is. Oh my God. So I think that's where I'm going to end this particular video. Like I said, I'm still waiting on some parts. And in the next one, I am going to start putting this thing together. Probably the first thing I'll do is go ahead and oil this fretboard. Then I will give the headstock another quick little polish, and I'll start putting my tuning keys in. And I'll put my bridge studs in. And I will probably also go over the wiring harness for you, show you what I did, and all that happy stuff. So it's finally coming together. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.